Okay, hi everyone. I'm going to be doing my review of Disney Infinity 3.0. This is the Xbox version. So a quick overview about what you get in the box is basically it comes with two figures and a playset. One of the figures it comes with is Ahsoka Tano from Star Wars: The Clone Wars. The playset it comes with is the Twilight of the Republic Clone Wars game, which is your run-of-the-mill objective-based plus a story type game, which is the same thing you get with the Marvel games from Disney Infinity 2.0. The base literally is the same thing. In fact, it's probably the same as 1.0. So basically, if you have 2.0 and you get 3.0, you have an extra base. I don't know what you're going to use it for, but that's one of the down things about this is you can't just, unlike, okay, with Disney Infinity 2.0, you could actually buy the Avengers set by itself if you got like the regular toy box version of the game. The game actually does come with a toy box, which is already unlocked. You don't really need anything else for it. And it's actually the best, well, one of the best features of the game is you can actually build your own things. Whether you want to make it a game or want to make it like just a racetrack or just something to explore. It's one of the things that I kind of wish LEGO Dimensions would have had, and considering LEGO Dimensions is a LEGO game, it's really disappointing that there was nothing for it. So, anyway, this is a figure. It has a chip on the bottom that you just put onto the plate, the base, whatever you want to call it. It'll read it, and then you don't have to do anything, literally. Like, you can have this right next to your Xbox. You can basically just be playing the game on the couch. You don't need any table or anything like that for all the figures and that to swap out all the figures to whatever. You can swap the figures out. The thing is, for the Star Wars games, there's two play sets. There's the Twilight of the Republic, and then there's Rise of the Empire, this is the playset for it right here. Most playsets actually kind of look like, well, generally look, they're have a weird kind of shaped thing on the base with the chip. This one is for Rise of the Empire. I don't know if you can actually see it, it's the Death Star. It's actually one of the more interesting ones I've ever seen. And I will talk about that one in a minute. And one of the cool things about it is if you have like Disney Infinity 1.0 or 2.0 and you have the figures for that, you can use them in the game. Like for instance, I have 2.0, so I have quite a few of the Marvel figures, including Iron Man. I've actually made this guy so powerful it's not even funny to use him anymore. Like seriously, he can kill anything. He can fly. He's got shields that regenerate. Yeah, unstoppable. Problem is that I kind of, when I made him, well, when I powered him up, basically, I just didn't know what I was doing. I was just buying whatever I could because I didn't know exactly what to do. Anyway, for the figures, basically, you level them up, and then the higher you level you get, the more points or whatever you get to actually unlock different moves, different powers, better health, shields, whatever. And, of course, it wouldn't be a Disney game without Disney figures. Another playset that you can buy is the Inside Out playset. One of the figures that it comes with is Anger. It also comes with Joy. I like using Joy, actually. I've actually was debating whether or not to do an entire video just for the playsets, but I kind of opted out of it. I'm just going to do a quick little explanation of everything. I was really surprised when I started playing this one, because actually when I bought Disney Infinity 3.0, I bought the game, and I bought the Inside Out pack. When I tried the Inside Out pack, I was actually really surprised at how different it was, because it's half side scroller, half like fixed camera. You can't move the camera at all in it, and it actually reminds me a lot of old Sega Genesis games I used to play. So it's kind of interesting, and it kind of doesn't really give that much away from the story, because I played the game before actually watching Inside Out. So, okay, Rise of the Empire, it is the same kind of story-based things, but you need credits to buy a lot of things. Like, if you want to use the TIE Fighter, you gotta buy the TIE Fighter after you unlock it. Basically, you unlock different vehicles. Well, basically, the only Rebel craft you can really use is the Millennium Falcon and the X-Wing, or the Y-Wing if you have the power disc for it, or Slave One if you have the power disc for it, which I do. I haven't used them yet, but I have them. As far long as how much you play in the game, after you destroy the first Death Star, you get the TIE Fighter. When you finish the Hoth level, you get the, or you can buy the TIE Interceptor, and then after you defeat Darth Vader at the end of, before you destroy the second Death Star, basically you get his TIE Fighter. Unfortunately, you can't use the TIE Bomber, but what are you going to do? For the ships you can use in Twilight of the Republic are the Jedi Starfighter, the ARC 170, and the Naboo Starfighter, which gets unlocked later on. In terms of playability and fun, it's amazing. Like, even if you've finished all the missions, you've got nothing left to do, you can spend hours just exploring and playing and doing everything on the different levels, and you can say you want to go from Coruscant to Naboo, you can do that. Just hop in a ship, set your course, and then go. You can also go to the orbital levels of the planets, which is kind of cool. And it's the same for both Star Wars sets. Whew, okay, this is getting a little long-winded. The figures themselves cost about, they were about $14, but they've gone up to about 17, depending on where you go. You don't really get any extra vehicles, or you don't have to build them or anything. It's just open them out of the box and play. It is, of course, a two-player game, but you need two controllers, which I've only got the one so far. I need to get another one. Let's see. The game itself cost me about $65, $70, with the playset packs coming in at about $35. But they're worth it, trust me. I've heard there's supposed to be another playset for the new Episode 7 Force Awakens. I heard there's supposed to be one of them. It's kind of referenced in the game, but I haven't seen anything of it. In terms of Star Wars figures, you can play with the main four that are supposed to be for the playset, depending on which one. For Twilight of the Republic, the main ones are, you get Anakin and Ahsoka, but you can buy Obi-Wan and Yoda. Yes, you can buy Yoda. For Rise of the Empire, you get Luke and Leia, but you can also have Han and Chewie. But then there's also other figures that you can buy, and you can actually play the figures in the levels. You just have to find the collector coin for them. Some of them are really easy to find, like right off the bat. Like, you can actually be Obi-Wan in Rise of the Empire, like as soon as you beat the training level, which is basically just trying to find Obi-Wan in that. And also Anakin and Ahsoka are quite nearby, actually, on Tatooine, which is like the first world you go to. Like, literally, the first part of the game is you're ejected from the Tantive 4 in an escape pod, and you have to pilot the escape pod down to the planet. That's it. You can't really die doing it. You can't really control that much of it. You can't shoot. It's just, you have a little bit of control and that's it. In terms of other figures, there are villains. Like, you can get Boba Fett. Haven't seen him yet, except for the big Super Deluxe Star Wars PlayStation packs. But I don't have a PlayStation anymore. Well, I do, but I can't use it because I don't have a controller for it. I have no idea where it went. Anyway, with that one you get basically the initial set, plus the Rise of the Empire set, plus Boba Fett. You can also get Darth Maul and Darth Vader. My fiance bought Darth Vader, but she hasn't even initialized him yet, hasn't even used him, and I'm forbidden to use him. Which is kind of interesting. There's also the four figures from Star Wars Rebels. So Kanan, Ezra, Sabine, and Zeb. And in terms of Disney figures, there's a whack of them, including Sam Flynn and Korra from Tron Legacy, Mickey and Minnie Mouse in their original 1930s getup, all 5 emotions from Inside Out, plus a whole lack of others. So, is Disney Infinity a better game than LEGO Dimensions? I have to say yes. Mainly because you could basically do anything you want. When they call it, like when they call the initial game a toy box, it is basically a toy box. Because you can set up any scenario you want. It's just amazing. Would I recommend buying it for Christmas? Yes. I definitely would. Even though Christmas is about 6 days away. If you have got it, I'm just saying congratulations. I'm glad you did. It's a really good game. If you haven't bought any gifts yet, try to find this game. It took me a while to actually find the 360 version. I couldn't find every other version except for that one for some reason. Let's see. For people who have Disney Infinity 1 and 2.0, you can't use the playsets, but you can use the figures, which is good. You can buy certain things from it to make your own thing, but that's it. So, in terms of game, I'm gotta give it a 5-star rating, because you actually don't have to spend that much on it. The figures are optional. Like, all you need is just the playset packs to play it. You don't need anyone with like special abilities or anything like that to actually play through the game or find all the things, because unlike Disney Infinity 2.0 with the bonus boxes, all there is the coins, which are hidden throughout the levels, and there's Mynock. There's about 100 Mynock in each game. Also, in terms of Inside Out, the different emotions have different abilities. Like, Joy can do a kind of flutter kick, which kind of slows her falling and makes her glide a bit. Anger actually has the ability to walk on lava. Sadness can walk on clouds without having them destabilize. Fear runs fast, and disgust jumps high. I'm not sure about the other figures. I haven't got any yet. I've been focusing most of my money on LEGO Dimensions, which is thankfully almost done with. So now we gotta start buying these, because I would really like to get more figures. By the way, she's awesome. Even at level 0, she is just almost unbeatable, so once you get her leveled up, she's unstoppable. Better than Anakin, really. So that's about it for this review. It's actually 15 minutes long. I do have the game for PC, so if I can actually get it to work right, because I did have some problems with it initially, I'm going to try to do a Let's Play, and if that works out, I hope you enjoy watching those videos. So this is Gary Model signing off. Bye.